Umma, why is Appa still sleeping? Doesn't he have to go to work? Your son said while coming downstairs after he found his father still sleeping in his room. He walked near you, who was preparing breakfast while the maids were helping you. Usually they do all the works, but you prefer to cook for your family by yourself. Let him sleep, dear. He came home late at night. You signed the maid to check on the eggs while you walked near Jungsu and fixed his collar. Wow, you are already got ready for school? Very good. Now let's eat breakfast. You said kissing his forehead. But mom, why do I never get any leave from school? You send me there daily. I want to sleep like that too. You chuckled. Kids should be more energetic and active. And you get to sleep a lot on Sundays, right? Now let's go. I'll serve you breakfast, then Uncle Sam will drop you off at your school. You said walking towards the dining table while he followed. He sat on a chair while you served him food. It's your favorite scrambled eggs. You said, giving him a sweet smile. Umma, you were talking about going somewhere, right? For a while you didn't get his words, then you remembered. Yes, we have to go for dinner at your grandparents' house. Will Sophie come there too? He asked innocently, making you chuckle. You nodded. Yes, she will come too. Are you excited to meet her? Yes, I'll bring my favorite chocolate for her. Last time she liked it so much. You fixed his hair and nodded. Okay, we'll get so many chocolates for her. Sophie is Jungsu's cousin sister and is a year younger than him. Although Jungkook's sister got married before him, but he has kids after Jungsu was born. After Jungsu ate his breakfast, you sent him off to school and decided to check on Jungkook, who didn't come downstairs yet. You came inside the room and Jungkook was still sleeping while hugging a pillow. It's always a replacement when you are not sleeping beside him. You smiled softly and walked near him when you saw a deep cut on his shoulder. He sleeps without upper clothes. You walked near and checked it carefully. It seems like he didn't even care to treat it, and because he came home when you were sleeping, so he just silently sleep beside you without disturbing you. How can he even bear all this? You touched the skin around the cut, making him wake up by your touch. He half opened his eyes and saw you. Is it morning already? He said in his morning husky voice while you gave a nod but still tensed about his wound. Oh, Jungsu must be getting ready. He said, stretching his arms. He's already in school. He looked surprised. What? What time it is? You sighed. It's past 8. And why do you always carelessly leave your wounds untreated, huh? You were not at all interested in anything he was asking. You were just worried. Which wound? Then he suddenly remembered when he looked at your face. You looked hurt. He sighed. I just got a cut. It's not that deep. I can see if it's deep or not. Call me selfish, but I will never let my son become like you. I'm just so tired. You said, going to the closet before taking out a first aid box and sat on the bed. You started to treat it while he was looking at you. He sighed. It will be completely his choice. Neither will I force him nor stop him if he wants to continue my work. You looked at him for a few seconds but then didn't say anything. Someone said completely right. Mafias and other people in this category never feels emotions. He tilted his head. Oh really? Then what was the reason you fell in love with me? You turned your face towards him. You were worried and he was taking everything so lightly. Because I was stupid and blind. After doing the dressing, you got up and was about to leave when he grabbed your hand. Are you angry? You turned towards him. Not at all. In fact, I'm happy to see my husband getting injured every time. Sometimes I wonder if you even know how to protect yourself. It made him chuckle. I didn't crack a joke. He looked at you, but you made it sound so funny. I'm sorry. Haha, very funny. Now get up and take a shower. Breakfast is ready, and also, do you remember we have to go to the John mansion today? He frowned and you were right, he forgot. John mansion? You sighed. Mom and Dad invited for a family dinner. Oh, I see. Okay, we'll go. I have nothing to do today anyways. Then let's go to buy a gift for them and we'll pick up Jungsu on the way. He will be so happy to see you picking him up from the school. He was missing you. He nodded and got up. Okay, I'll go downstairs and heat up the food. Come quickly, okay? He nodded while he walked away. He then saw his reflection in the mirror and his eyes fell on the bandage that you just stick. He smiled. You are right. I'm careless, but I got a loving wife. That's why I'm carefree. He walked inside the bathroom. It is always the most difficult task to figure out what to gift. I have no idea what would look good to gift. You said walking towards the car followed by Jungkook. Don't stress yourself over such a small thing. Just give whatever you want. They already have everything, so what would they even need? You stopped and looked at him. You really know nothing except your work. If Jungsu was here, he would have helped me in deciding, but you can't even be trusted for help. You know that I don't waste my time in such things. Let's just go and pick up Jungsu. We'll figure out later. He opened the door for you while you sat inside. Jungsu came running and jumped in his father's arms before wrapping his hands around his neck. Jungkook smiled brightly. Jungsu, baby, don't put your hand on Appa's shoulder. He's hurt. Jungsu looked at his father. It's okay, I'm fine. Is it bad? Can I see? The boy asked in worry. It's not serious. First tell me about your day. Did you enjoy your time in school? Three of you started to walk towards the car. Jungsu was still in his father's arms. It was good, but most of the time I kept on thinking about going to Grandpa's house. We both chuckled. He's excited to meet his sister. Oh yes, Sophie will be there too, right? He nodded. You finally came to the John mansion, and after coming here, everything seems so good. Like no one can say that this family belongs to mafias. Mr. and Mrs. John likes to play with their grandchildren. Even Jungkook behaves differently, although he is same all the time, but still he is more happy around kids. He was playing with Jungsu and Sophie while you decided to take a short break as you feel tired. It was still daylight and warm, but the stone step you sat on was cooled through the back of your dress. You blinked against the shifted beam of light watching them all playing. Then Mr. John and Daniel, who is Lily's husband, called Jungkook as they were preparing the barbecue. Lily was leaning over the dining table nearby, removing cling film from the tops of bowls. Pasta salad and potato salad, an actual salad, dropping serving spoons into each one. Then you saw Jungsu and Sophie running around. It was such a wholesome moment. They don't involve any servants or maids and do everything by themselves during family dinners. Then Jungsu and Sophie came near you running. Oma, Sophie says she wants to learn football from me, and she also likes the chocolates that I got for her. You made both of them sit with you. Are you guys enjoying it? Yes, Imo. And you know I've started to go to school already. Really? That's great. Jungkook saw you and he walked towards you, wrinkling his nose. He sat down on the step beside you. Wow, can I also join the conversation? Jungsu looked at him. Yes, but on one condition. He looked at him curious. Condition? Okay, fine, tell me what it is. He looked at both of you for a second. First of all, tell me that did you thank mom when she treated your wound? He chuckled slightly confused and looked at you. Jungsua, Appa doesn't need to thank everything. He looked at you. Why not? You do so much for us. You deserve every thank. Okay, fine. I'm sorry I forgot, but now I'll thank your mom. Ryan, thank you so much for everything. You just don't know what to say. Your in-laws stopped doing the work and they were watching you guys. They were so happy to see how beautiful your family is. Not like this. This is not how you should thank her. Then what else should I do? You have to kiss mom. Sophie covered her mouth with her small hands and giggled while you blushed so hard. Jungsu, from where are you learning all this? He looked at you and pouted. Is there anything wrong with that? Can't Appa kiss you? Can't you kiss her, Appa? He said, turning his attention back to Jungkook. Of course I can. What's the big deal? Jungsu nodded. That's my Appa. You looked around and suddenly your in-laws started to do their work because they didn't want to make you feel uncomfortable. I also once dared my dad to kiss mom. They kissed in an amusement park. You were so shocked to hear these innocent kids talking this way. Your heart skipped a beat when you saw Jungkook looking at you. So, are you ready? We are not home, and mom, dad, everyone is here. Jungkook looked at them while they pretend to do their work. Well, they're busy in their work and also, you are my wife. Oma, no excuses. He winked at Jungkook and then Jungkook kissed your cheek, making you shocked. Mr. and Mrs. John looked down smiling. Did you notice how much he has changed after marriage? She nodded while her eyes were moist. I hope they all always stay happy like this. Lily and Daniel smiled looking at each other as they also saw that. Jungsu started to clap followed by Sophie. Hey, good job Appa. Jungkook smiled looking at you while your cheeks were red. Seriously? He shrugged his shoulders. I can't say no to my son. If you guys are done then the dinner is ready. Come here. She said loudly while you felt so embarrassed because now you can see them smiling and you understood. Let's go. He got up while both the kids grabbed his fingers before leaving. He turned towards you. Aren't you coming or will stay there looking like a tomato? I'll see you after going back home, you said getting up while he laughed a little. After you all have dinner together, you chit-chatted for some hours before leaving back to your home. Take them to the warehouse and carefully check each and everything. I'll be there shortly. He ended the call when Jungsu came near him. Appa, will you help me with my homework? Jungkook made him sit beside him before looking in his notebook. Whoa, are you doing maths? Yes, can you solve these problems? He looked at Jungsu. Jungsua, you approached the wrong person. Your Oma will do better because your Appa didn't study at all. What do you mean by you didn't study? Did you not go to school or you were like those students who always run from studies? Jungkook rubbed the back of his neck. Well, they both are the reasons. You came near them smiling and sat down with them. Jungkook sighed in relief. Your appa only knew how to fight in the class and always missing the lectures. At least don't expose me in front of him. What will he think? He was not ready for this, while Jungsu got more curious to know about his parents' past. You know him from school? Were you Appa's girlfriend? You both looked at each other. Nah, we met during high school and then your Appa disappeared after that. But then suddenly he come back when I was in second year of college. He always used to wait for me outside. Why not inside? Jungkook chuckled seeing how curiously he was listening to everything. Because I was not a student. I just used to wait for your mother because I like her. I didn't confess my feelings during high school because your mother showed zero interest in me, but then I decided to confess my feelings to her. A shy smile appeared on your face remembering those days. He was cold as ice. Students used to call him stone because he was always cold and emotionless, and that's why you also stay away from him. But a year later you again saw him. First you thought you were just hallucinating him, but then it started to happen again until you approached him and slowly you guys started talking, resulting in closeness. You were so shocked at first when you found out about his background. But it was too late for you to think about stepping back because you fell for him completely. Soon you completed your studies in medicine and you guys got married. Oh, and I thought you got an arranged marriage. You looked at him. Does it look that way? He smiled and shook his head. It's just Appa is not that lovey-dovey, that's why I was asking. You chuckled but Jungkook seems offended. If I wasn't lovey-dovey, then you would have never existed, he said, pinching his cheek lightly while your eyes widened. Jungkook, he's a kid. He looked at you. So, did I say something wrong? He thinks I don't love you. Tell him. Then why are you getting offended? Just chill, he said to tease his father. I'm not offended. Okay, fine, don't fight. I have made some muffins. They would be ready, so let's have some of them with tea before you leave, he said, looking at Jungkook while walking in the kitchen. Be quick, I have to leave. He then looked at Jungsu, who smiled looking down. Why are you laughing? He shook his head. Kiss these days, really, he said, shaking his head while Jungsu laughed, making him chuckle too.